Alright, today I'm going to talk to you about soft tissue work, also known as self-myofascial release. If you think about a rubber band with a knot in it, the rubber band does not move very freely. Take the knot out, and all of a sudden the rubber band moves a lot more easily and freely. Our body works the same way. Get the knots out, and we move much more pain-free and much more freely. You can use foam rollers to get the knots out, also a lacrosse or tennis ball. I'll show you a couple examples of each. Most people are very knotted up in their IT band. IT band is a connective tissue that runs from your hip all the way to your knee. So what you do for that, put the foam roller on your side, put your elbow down, and then you can either stack your feet like this, or if you're new to it, so you don't put too much weight on your IT band because it can be pretty sensitive, you put your foot out in front of you. And then you just roll into the hot spots. As soon as you find one of those hot spots that hurts, spend a good 5-10 seconds in that area and work your way all the way down till you get to your kneecap. Once you get to your kneecap, you turn around and do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, start at the hip, work your way all the way down to get to your kneecap. And once again, when you do this on your own, you're going to go much more slowly than I did. Again, spend 5 to 10 seconds on each hot spot and continue on. So the IT band's a great area. Quite often we have knots in our glutes too. So you can use the foam roller for that. So you just sit on a roller. Let's say I do my right glute. I turn to the side, and it always helps to put your muscle on stretch. By crossing my knee over, or my ankle over to my knee, my glute's now under stretch, and I get a little deeper soft tissue work here to get more knots out. And just roll around. You find the tight, sensitive areas, and again, spend some time in that areas that hurt the most. Spend a little more time in that area. Okay, so there's glutes, IT band, and the lacrosse ball, and or the tennis ball. You can also use a golf ball for this. Many people today have plantar fasciitis, or at least knots in our feet that end up affecting our body further up the kinetic chain, which could cause problems. If you think about it, every step we take involve our feet, obviously. So if our feet have knots in it, that's going to eventually lead to maybe knee, hip, low back problems. So you just hold on to something for balance. Right now I'm using a roller. You can use a wall, or whatever is nice and sturdy. And then start on the edge of your foot and go along the foot from basically the arch of your heel all the way to just before your toes, and go to the middle and work your way over to the left side of your foot. Okay, so do both feet. And another one I'm going to show you is the glutes with the lacrosse ball. Sometimes the foam roller, once you get used to it, you can't really feel the knots. You're getting the knots out because it's too big and cumbersome. So you can use the lacrosse ball and or a tennis ball for that as well. Same thing. I just find a hot spot, roll around on it. Now this one's so sensitive that you may not need to cross your foot over like that because it's pretty painful, but that's something you can do if you want to. So I'm just going to show you the version without crossing my ankle over. And because it's so little, I'm able to get all of the little knots out much more effectively than a foam roller with the ball here. So there you go. For a longer, healthier lifting, training, running, cardio career, use the foam roller daily and or lacrosse ball and tennis ball. I like to use the roller anytime I have a leg workout, prior to it and post leg workout, or on an off day just to help recovery.